What's going on, boys? It's Daily here, and today we are back in the Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. And we have 94,000, so just about 100,000 modern soldiers holding this haunted crypt here. The attacking army is going to be 3.28 million strong, filled with the brand new unit werewolves as well as zombies over that way, and finally we have ghost specters and zombies combined over this way. Again, a brand new unit. These guys are extraordinarily creepy. Yeah, a little bit spooky. So we're gonna be trying out these brand new units against modern soldiers. Should be awesome. If you guys enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. We're trying to hit 500k, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more. Either way, let's get into the video. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alrighty then, boys, pressing start right now, and the modern soldiers start to fire out at the enemies. Now, I have not seen these guys in action yet, neither the ghosts nor the werewolves, so I have no idea how good they are. I do know the ghosts are a projectile unit, although it seems like they must have to be very, very close in order to actually use those projectiles, because they're getting gunned down. Oh, here we go. Okay, so they use some sort of plasma, green plasma thing, which, is that getting kills? It's getting some kills, not like a crazy amount, so it's not like a one-shot kill or anything like that. It seems decent, but not crazy. You know, that doesn't seem like a massive game changer or an overpowered unit or anything like that. Just a short-range, slightly weak fire, I suppose. And the evil army, to be fair, did need a projectile unit, because at the beginning of this, they really only had zombies. It's not all that much. Now, what's going on with the werewolves? These guys are obviously not going to be projectile units, but they are big old beasties coming on forward here. They're not getting super close, which makes me think they probably don't have a crazy amount of health. Actually, we could go ahead and just check. They have 1,000 health, actually. That is a fair amount of health right there. Of course, there are just a lot of modern soldiers over this way, so they're not able to get too close or anything like that without taking a whole lot of damage. So that sort of explains why they're going down so badly over this way. And then, of course, over this way, we've just got our standard zombies, who we've seen a lot in this game. But I just decided to add 2 million of them to be the backbone of the army here. And so they're going to be fighting alongside the brand new specters as well as the werewolves. Right now, it does seem as though the specters are having the biggest effect on the battlefield, already getting 1,100 modern soldier kills. Meanwhile, the modern soldiers have 240,000 kills. So these specters, being able to lob those big plasma rays in there, are doing some serious damage, and I think it does have some splash damage. It seems like when it does start getting kills, it kills groups of modern soldiers instead of just one at a time. So that's actually a pretty big deal. That's going to be pretty devastating to this defense, is just taking a ton of splash damage like that and losing a bunch of soldiers at a time versus just some soldiers dying every once in a while. Yeah, that splash damage is going to be a bit of a yikes right there. So right now the specters are doing the best on the battlefield. The werewolves coming somewhat close, but again, not close enough. They've still got a ton of units though, so they still can potentially get closer, but at the moment it looks like the best hope for these evil armies are going to in fact be the specters over here on the right flank. At the moment, the modern soldiers do have 3.8. Oh, that doesn't work. I was gonna say 3.8 million, but no, that's not right. 380,000, a very different number, kills, now 400,000 kills, versus 3,000 losses. So they are outpacing in terms of kills by quite a bit here, but the problem is the more modern soldiers that die or have to back up into the crypt and things like that, the less powerful their defense will be as a whole, and they'll start getting less and less kills over time and start to falter. So these guys really need to keep it together for a very long time in order to be contenders in this battle, and doing so might be a little bit tough because the Spectres are getting awfully close, and we're seeing a lot more projectiles coming from the Spectres now, which is increasing their kill count by a whole lot, and their just kill rate is going up by a whole lot. Look how many orbs are getting shot over this way and just dogging on these modern soldiers real bad. So it looks like at the moment things are looking a little bit dire on this side of the battlefield for the modern soldiers. Over here, the zombies are basically not a threat. They're just getting held off very easily. And over this way, the werewolves are getting held off very easily as well. Of course, you know, the werewolves could end up managing to get forward if these guys over here manage to get like distracted by the Spectres, but that's sort of yet to be seen at the moment. And also the werewolves are sort of interlocking with the Spectres over this way, so maybe a few werewolves will be able to get in there over here if the Spectres sort of like make a breach in the modern soldier defense, though that is going to be tough as well. So we might get to see the werewolves fight in this battle, hopefully we do, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, why don't we go ahead and do a bit of a time-lapse overhead here, and we can sort of see how each side ends up doing, if the werewolves get closer, if the Spectres end up breaching the walls, you know, sort of what goes on overhead of this battle during this. So let's go ahead and run that time-lapse right now. Okay, so it's been a smidge of time here, and it looks as though the Spectres have cleared out this area, which could open up these werewolves to get to Terran. Finally they might get some blood on their hands. Oh wait, actually, yeah, they're getting a couple kills at the very least. The werewolves will not go down without at least somewhat of a fight. Over on this side, yeah, look at this. The walls have been breached. We have breaching. I mean, not so much over here. The modern soldiers over here are still alive, but over here, over this way, we have breaching. Breaching is happening. There's still a little bit of a defense, of course, but I mean, at the very least, we do have something happening over here where the Spectres are managing to work their magic. Literal magic, in this case. Some modern soldiers moving up to try and plug that hole, but there's just so much spectral spam that they're dying out pretty good. Those ghosty boys are managing quite a bit. So that's definitely a bit of a bummer for the modern soldiers. Over on this side of the battlefield, the werewolves are getting actually fairly close over here. Zombies, not so much. Oh, wait, actually, no, over here the zombies are getting very close, but I think that's just because this massive body wall prevents the modern soldiers from firing past it. So the zombies are able to actually go up over the top without taking damage initially. So that's fairly decent as well right there. Managing some stuff. Some stuff is managed. But overall, I mean, the modern soldiers are still doing quite well. They've lost 18k. Actually, they've technically lost more than that, because right now they're only at 61,000 soldiers, so there must be something killing the modern soldiers that isn't counting it for the Spectres or whatever. Maybe it's the Spectres, like, goop or whatever doesn't necessarily count as a kill or something along those lines. I don't know, but only 60,000 remain, so about 40,000 in total have died for the modern soldiers, which is about 40%. And then for the enemies, they have about 2 million left, so they've lost about 33%. So right now the modern soldiers are actually losing in terms of ratios here, but their best defense should be to come here as they go into the actual area over this way where they're going to be able to defend best, probably with all the walls and things like that. So that should be looking pretty good. I'm thinking we go ahead and run a time-lapse right over here just to see the zombies coming up over the bend, as well as the Spectres encroaching on these guys from behind. I think that could make for a pretty cool time-lapse. So let's go ahead and run this, and we'll be back in a bit for some more shenanigans to come. This, no. I was watching the X-Men while the time-lapse was playing. The Spectres have broken through this side now, and that spells some trouble. This side of the battlefield still going strong, and actually they're about to defeat the werewolves and stuff over here, so then they can refocus back to this side where things aren't going as well. Right now there's only 35,000 modern soldiers left, and they're having to hold out in the castle here. They're doing a decent job thus far in holding out in the castle, but they are still losing soldiers rather rapidly right now, which is no good. Still about 1.5 million enemies left, so they're halfway through the enemies, but the enemies are just coming on so strong now. So I really think that if the modern soldiers can sort of outlast their enemies over on this side over here, defeat the last of these werewolves, defeat some of the zombies that sort of re-geared themselves over this way, then these guys can turn around and start dealing with the Spectres as well, because the Spectres are definitely the hardest part of this battle going forward. They have been this whole time. They are the real troublesome folk. I think that if the modern soldiers were just fighting 3.2 million werewolves and zombies, this would be a piece of cake. No contest. They would win this so easily. You know, it would be nothing. That would be nothing for them. That'd be perfectly fine. But the Spectres are actually making this a competition here, and it is resulting in a number of these modern soldiers dying and struggling to manage to secure more than a few kills before they drop down. So we need these Spectres dead, we need them out of the way, and then maybe the modern soldiers can go ahead and actually win this thing. But it's yet to be seen if that is going to be possible. So why don't we go ahead and do another overhead time-lapse, because I think that really shows us the full scale of the battle right now. And we can see if the modern soldiers can hold out and win against these Spectres. It's definitely going to be tough. But I think they've got it in them, man. They've got the spirit. Wow, look over here, by the way. Look at the sheer number of fire just going into the walls. I mean, that's definitely helpful for the modern soldiers on the other side, because they're able to just sort of chill while that happens. But, yeah, it's just kind of crazy. All right, why don't we go ahead and launch this time-lapse, baby. So, we looking like we took the L here. I think there's some modern soldiers, yeah, just chilling in here. Look at this. They got the freaking ring of fire going on around them. That's actually crazy looking. Oh my god. Holy cow. They're still getting kills in there. What the heck? That's so funny. That's so sick looking. Bruh. Freaking Harry Potter looking ass. But yeah, the US soldiers just couldn't pull it off. They got about 2 million kills at the end of the day, but just couldn't pull through, baby. Just couldn't make it happen. And now they're slowly withering away inside of here and dying out. I did have hopes a little bit for them, but they kind of got dashed towards the end there. Apparently there's one soldier left. I don't know where he is at. Oh, over here apparently? Is he glitched? Where is he? What? What? Is he like... Oh, he's right here. Rambo! What the heck? Okay, we broke the game. My brother. What in the Sam heck is it going on? Oh, and he's gone. Alright, so I think we're going to end the video here. They tried their best, but they just couldn't make it happen. It was those dang Spectres. Again, this was just kind of a test to see how the new units function and stuff like that, and they're pretty spooky. Pretty spooky. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.